Oh, look at that. Look at that. Wake up, you babies. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to wake up your babies and send them to school. Baby school. So they'll learn how to suck titties. That was my favorite subject. Sucking titties. I'm live. And I'm still alive. Still very, very live. Still very, very still alive. You're watching No Pictures of a Bird, a podcast by Mr. Tapscott. I'm Mr. Tapscott. You might know me from Instagram. You might know me from Facebook. You might know me from TikTok. You might know me from Podbean. You might know me from Apple iTunes. You might know me from Spotify. I'm on all of them. And what you should do is like and subscribe on every single one of them, especially YouTube, which is what we're watching right now. You might know me from YouTube Shorts. Still ironing out a few of the kinks. That's true. But, I feel like I'm making progress. I do. Yeah. I do. Yeah. Anyway. Welcome to another cracking episode of the Smash Hit podcast. No Pictures of a Bird, a podcast by Mr. Tapscott. I'll give you two guesses as to who Mr. Tapscott is. Maybe I'm like Superman. It'll be easier to recognize me without the glasses. Oh, wow. It actually really hurts. Unbreakable. Phew. Didn't even chip. There you go. Joining me as always, Tara Benner was here by this candle. She smells fantastic. She's like, yeah, cool hands. The juggler, she says. You're the Batman character that didn't make it. That's why the juggler didn't make it into to Batman, Nick, because he was just shit. Okay, so your thing is juggling, but you're shit at juggling. Like, Batman villains tend to be... That's what I didn't like about the Joaquin Phoenix Batman. Because, like, he was shit. He's supposed to be terrifying. He's supposed to be, like, a psycho and, like, very competent. But that guy was just a fucking idiot. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm going to shoot my co-workers with a revolver and also put makeup on my face. It's like, I'm pretty sure the world's greatest detective is just going to... Yeah, he's just going to go and shoot his like rope gun and then go... And then that's it. That's game over. Or he's just going to go like punch, like batarang. Like, you know, he's not exactly a rival to Batman. He's not a threat to Batman. Batman's like a badass. That guy was a fucking idiot. The Joker's supposed to be like smart, like really smart, like too smart, potentially smarter than Batman. That's why he keeps giving Batman a run for his money. That's what makes him a villain. Otherwise, it's just like, there he is. So you're sure to go on TV, huh? So, yeah, I'm crazy. Well, click. Oh, yeah. Much like maybe the spastic we're going to talk about today. He could be the juggler because he was as fucking incompetent at being a villain, being annoying to me, Mr. Tapscott. He was very annoying. Very, very annoying. And that was it. That was all it was. We're talking about Ben Ryan, my former housemate. And he was just a blowfly. Yeah, he's just one of these human blowfly pieces of shit. But he's just like fucking go away. Go away. And he just wouldn't take no for an answer. And now, like, and I just, like, I knew there was something going on. I knew there had to be something happening in the background. Because that guy was a fuckstick. And I was like, no, this guy, like, he's not an amateur fuckstick. This guy is a professional fuckstick. Like, yeah, he's something. He's definitely something. But I try to keep it at arm's length. But it was awkward because he was best mates with my best mate, Ashley Bracken, who I kind of just kept around because it's like in the same way I kept Chris Tapscott around. It was just like, you can't. He was my oldest friend. Like, yeah, he was my friend since high school. But yeah, he probably shouldn't have been. I probably should have just gone like, nah, fuck you. And that was it. And just like pulled the plug and bailed. Yeah, I should have just like blocked him and stopped answering the phone. That's it. Yeah, just blocked his number. Blocked him on social. That's what I should have done. Yeah. But I had this sense of fucking obligations. I can't do that. Like, I've known him for so long. Yeah. But he was like just like every time you catch up with him, like one of those friends that's like, you see him like once a year, and then when you do catch up with him, he's like, well, I earn $5,000 a year more than you do. I'm pretty sure of that, at least. And also, use my investment portfolio. What have you got to put on the table? It's like, it's always a competition with you, bro. It's always a competition with you. And then you say, well, actually, I'm doing some pretty cool writing. Oh, fuck you. And then he'd like, yeah, get upset. Well, you can't win. You can't win. You're either like, whenever I interact with you, I'm either an asshole who thinks he's awesome or a loser who's just a piece of shit. And so it's like either of those. I'm not really interested. It's not like, I don't need it. I don't have time. I don't have time for that. I don't want to feel bad. I don't want to every time I walk away from a conversation with that guy, it's like I'm worse off. And I'm like, that's worse off. I should have just like recognized. Should have just seen the writing on the wall and just gone like, no. And I knew as well, like, yeah, he was a conduit for all the other douchebags. Because just like everyone else in my life. Like Andrew Chellebeck was the same. Chris Tapscott was the same. Luke Dyball was the same. Rosie, I can't remember her last name, but Luke's partner, Rosie, she was the same. Where it was like everyone, like, okay, you talk to Nick Tapscott. And so all the factions, Phoebe Tapscott was the same. All the factions were just piling in. Make sure you tell him this, make sure you tell him this, make sure you tell him this. And then that's how I ended up getting I'd have 3 people calling me. I'd have Andrew Chellebeck, Chris Tapscott, and Ashley Bracken would call me intermittently. This is when I was in Sydney. And say the same thing with the same wording. So how's Sydney going? Maybe you should learn yoga. What? Do you know Andrew? How the fuck? Do you even know Andrew? No? Who? Why am I? How am I getting the same wording from you? How are you asking the same question with the same wording? Someone's in the middle. Who the fuck is in the middle? Who the fuck is it? Turns out, who wasn't in the middle? Who wasn't in the middle? Everyone was in the fucking middle. Everyone. Yeah. So no, Ben Ryan was Ashley Bracken's mate. And I knew, like, yeah, it's like, this guy's he's a piece of shit. But that's the thing. He's like, well, yeah, and he just wouldn't take over. He's one of those fucksticks who bloms onto you. And it's like, listen, here are your options. You stop being a fuckhead, or we just don't hang out. That's it. Those are the options. And he's like, well, how about a third thing where we continue to hang out, and I continue to be a fuckstick? And I'm like, no, that's not. Well, I'm going to try and push that one forward, okay? Because that's the one I want to do. Is I'll just continually like, where's Tapscott? Where have you been? What are you doing this weekend? Why don't you hang out with us? Because every time I hang out with you, I had a really bad time. Because all you do is reel off all the things that you're doing to pretend to be me. And then you talk about how much money you earn and how it's more than I earn. And then that makes me feel bad about myself. So I stop talking to you, and then you come at me harder. And I talk about a girl, and then you start crying. So that's why. Oh, hang out with us twice as much then. And then when you do that, we'll talk down to you even more. You're not getting it. You're not getting it. You're not getting it. I couldn't be bothered. It's like, okay, my ancient rival. We'll trade barbs with each other. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Yeah, I'd rather just like, okay, you're a rival. Goodbye. That's it. And then throw the corpse away. And then that's the end of it. And then that's it. But you want to have this ongoing thing that's going to last for 15 to 20 years, even though you haven't quite clicked yet. That you just, my friend, some guy I went to high schools with, fuckstick mate from somewhere, who's a cockhead, and I don't know you, and I don't like you. He's like, but my feelings are, but they're not. Go away. Go away. Go away. But it turns out that, yeah, he was, in fact, a professional grade fuckstick. He was a professional fuckstick. And yeah, I'm kind of, well, no fucking surprises there, right? Yeah, because also joining me, as always, is Kitty Callahan. The real world's greatest detective. Poison Ivy, apparently. That's not the comic books were. That's not what happened in Batman. Kitty Callahan. Batman's there on the computer, Alfred. And then Poison Ivy's like, maybe the Joker's doing that. Why are you even here, Poison Ivy? Fuck. I thought we were enemies. Look, all right, Nick, the comics aren't exactly accurate, okay? Look. I'm prepared to admit that. Yeah, okay, well. Anyway, all right, cool. Now, joining me as always is Kitty Callahan, and she has all the goss. She has all the info. She's very shrewd. She's very switched on like this. Yeah. That's her thing, yeah. Because the Trinity. It's the three of us. Mr. Tapscott, Tara Bennett, and Kitty Callahan. Quick refresher. Mr. Tapscott was first. In the beginning, there was the Word, and the Word was God. That's my consciousness. That's all it was. Just space magic, just floating there. That's it. And I'm bored and lonely. I'm going to create the perfect partner. And here's Tara Bennett. She's like, I've got an idea. How about matter? So you're energy and I'm matter. I'm like, all right, sick. Yeah. So then she does all the stuff. And then she's like, okay, well, we've collabed on universes together. How about we collab on one of us? I'm like, there's only one thing that can go wrong with that. And that's if it turns out to be a fucking redhead. I've got some bad news. Oh, no. Oh, it's Kitty Callahan. No. Yeah. But no, that was the three of us. And so, Tara Bennett is the creator. Kitty Callahan is the maintainer. Mr. Tapscott is the destroyer. You've got the beginning, you've got the middle, and you've got the end. In a Hindu canon, this is Brahma. No, sorry. This is Brahma, the creator. This is Vishnu, the maintainer. And this is Shiva, the destroyer. And so that's Kitty Callahan's kind of function. Yeah, so Tara Bennett kind of like makes all the matter and the planet and air and people and all that stuff. She designs everything. That's her. And then Kitty Callahan keeps an eye on stuff. She's very close to the ground. She's always kind of like hovering around. What's going on down there? What's going on over here? What's going on over here? Pedo shit, huh? Fuck you. Yeah, that's Kitty Callahan. That's Kitty Callahan. Yeah. And then she's like, Mr. Tapscott, I have something to report. I've captured 20 rebels in the Forbidden Sector. And then Mr. Tapscott goes, well, yeah, thank you. What should we do about this? Perhaps nuclear weapon? And then Mr. Tapscott comes in and like fucks shit up. And that's basically how it works. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. So yeah, like again, beginning, middle, end. Yeah. So Kitty Callahan, yeah, we all work together. We all do stuff together. all the time. However, Mr. Tapscott and Kitty Callahan, we are just okay. Oh, okay. No, actually, Sorry, I forgot about that. Kitty. Yeah, so Kitty Callahan is a couple of characters. Do you want to? Okay, cool. Yeah, but that's Kitty Callahan. Yeah, that's Kitty Callahan. Yeah, so that's the relationship that we have. When we kind of work together, she's sort of like the scout, and then she goes, "Oh fuck, Mr. Tapscott, like I'm the SWAT team." She's like the cop on the beat. She's the detective, and then she calls the SWAT team, and that's me. So she's out there. She's like, what the fuck happened here? Like, I found it. Oh, there's a dead body. Someone found a dead body. They got a knife in their back. Murder. Perhaps it was murder. Someone hesitated for murder. And then she gets on the phone. Not dissimilar to Leica Mobile, which is what I got today. And says, Mr. Tapscott, heads up. We're going to need the SWAT team. And then Mr. Tapscott goes, all right, say no more. And then I put on the black thing and I'm like, fuck you. Yeah. Then I turn up. That's kind of how it goes. So when I do these videos and stuff, and I like expose douchebags, it's basically that's what's actually happening. Is Kitty Callahan is going like, well, I've got Mr. Tapscott, I've got a briefing for you. Remember that fuckstick from 20 years ago who really pissed you off? I'm like, yeah. So well, here's the real deal. Like, I'm going to spill the beans. I'm going to spill the beans on that fuckhead. Wow, fuck. And then she tells me what happens. And I'm like, oh, fucking fuck. Yeah. So that's basically it. That's the dynamic we have. And then I go on the internet and expose it all. And then you watch it and you enjoy it. And then you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Thanks. Yeah, okay, so Ben Ryan. Yeah, so she's yeah. So I always knew Ben Ryan was a fuckstick. And then she said, Kitty Callahan goes like, well, he's not just a fuckstick, he's a professional fuckstick. It was like, well, I kind of suspect you see, yeah, I know, but here's the actual nitty gritty of what was going down. Because we have already touched on them. So we've done an episode, which maybe I'll stick up there. Ben Ryan, Ashley Bracken, Andrew Stacey, and Michelle Benji. We've touched on their Nazi links because they were connected. They were connected to painters and dockers. They were connected to Collingwood grade East German Irish Catholic Nazis, and that's where Ben Ryan, he was connected to that as well. They were connected to Hillary Badger, the SAS, because Ben Ryan's ex was a lady called Ren. I can't remember her last name. Anyway, Ren. And Benny and Ren broke up with Benny. And that's part of the reason he fucking hated me, by the way. Because I flirted with her in front of him. And he's like, he never got over that. Yeah. But she died of cancer. For some reason. And she was connected to Hillary Badger. Hillary Badger was effectively the head of the Australian SAS in Australia. She was like ECD of fucking Clemenger or something. And Hillary Badger was connected, had murdered personally murdered about 39 people, but was connected to the murders of about 725 people, give or take. Give or take 0.5 of a person. Yeah. Yeah. So she's out there like fucking kill him, kill her, kill him, kill her, kill him. Yeah. Yeah. And doing heaps of dog shit and harassing the shit out of Nick Tapscott and trying to murder Tara Bennett and trying to murder Kitty Callahan. And basically, yeah, she was a real piece of shit. Yeah. She was like a feminist. She slapped the label of feminist on herself. And in her mind, that gave her the invincibility shield. Because then, like, if you're having a go at her, this is her talking. I'm a feminist. It's like, are you also a murderer? It's like, you don't hate women, do you? Don't you think sexism is good? You think women shouldn't vote? It's like, no, I don't think that. I just don't think that you should be allowed to personally murder people. It's like, you said women shouldn't vote. You're a sexist. Like, no, what? Yeah. So that's her. That's her. But really, it's just a Nazi thing. It's just a Nazi ploy. It's the same. It's the same it's the same tactic that they've always used. It's the same strategy. They want to put They put all these rules and regulations in place so that at any point you can breach them, and they won't even tell you that they exist. And this is what the fucking Spanish Inquisition. This is exactly what they do. The witch trials. It's exactly like that. It's like, well, you're being accused of perversion against an animal. So what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, well, we saw that you've got a cat, so we suspect that you're a witch, and as such, we're now going to torture you until you either confess or die. And if you confess, we'll kill you. That's it. And so it's the same. It's like, well, I'm a feminist. I'm not going to tell you what the rules are. However, if you breach one of these rules, which are invisible, which I've just made up, they're completely arbitrary. And I'm pretty much just making them up as I go. I'm entitled to murder you. Yeah. And so they had all these rules on there. Oh, Nick Tapscott hates women because he refuses to date one of us, even though we go out of our way to make ourselves unattractive to men on purpose. Like, we don't wear makeup. We don't exercise. We don't take care of, we don't take care of our fucking diet. We don't dress well. We dress like shit. And then if you don't find us attractive and want to marry us and have kids, it's because you're a sexist and we're entitled to murder you. That's their thinking. Yeah, that's what they were trying to pin on me. That's what they were trying to do. They're trying to lock me in. It's like, well, you have to be locked down. Yeah. You have to have a woman tell you what to do, which ironically is going to come up because that was Benny. He fell victim to his own fucking rules and regulations and systems because that's what happened to him. Anyway, he was a massive fuckhead. Now, I was trying to find him online before, but I couldn't. But that was just on a mobile screen, so I'll try again. I'll try it on YouTube. Select tab to share, Chrome tab, window, entire screen. Apparently, that's not working. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this bitch, that is Ben's wife, or was Ben's wife. They're both dead. Yeah. Yeah, that's her. Yeah. And she is exactly like that. That's it. That's her thing. Yeah, she's commie Nazi feminist, basically. Like, if you do the wrong thing, like, yeah. The role of the woman now is Melbourne grade Collingwood Nazi. She's all of them. She's all the intersections. Yeah. So the gender roles now, the woman tells you what to do. Like, your job as a man, you are now obligated to get married to a woman and move into her house. Or you move into her. You're always living in her house, and she is the boss of your house, and she is the boss of you. And then she calls the shots, and then that's it. Yeah. Men were in charge for, according to them, men were in charge for hundreds of thousands of years, or thousands of years, or whatever. And now it's time. So it's not enough that men and women now have to be equal. Now it's the women's turn to suppress the men. That's the thinking. Yeah. And that, by the way, is a strategy that's been used since forever to suppress populations by murderous regimes. Fucking Chairman, the Chinese did it. Chairman Mao did it. The Soviets, the Bolsheviks did it. The Soviets. Men and women are equal, like exactly equal, all the time. And it's not that they actually know. It's not that they actually believe that or give a shit. It's just that they want a reason. They just want to empower regular citizens who are otherwise powerless to fucking murder people at will. That's what they actually want to do. Yeah.
Nhưng hôm nay mưa giống đấy.
Yeah, that was not an exaggeration, because that's exactly what they'd do. They'd get young girls, like really young girls, and give them the authority to murder whoever they want. Yeah, that was the Khmer Rouge. That was Pol Pot who did that. Yeah. Yeah. During the Khmer Rouge's rule of Cambodia in 1975 to 79, tens of thousands of children were indoctrinated and forced to serve as soldiers, spies, and laborers. The regime, led by Pol Pot, viewed youth as a dictatorial instrument of the party because they were more easily manipulated and lacked the conscience of education of adults. Special spy units, Kang Klop, composed mainly of children, these units were tasked with spying on adults. They held significant power, sometimes presiding over work camps or being encouraged to beat and report adults for minor infractions like stealing fruit. Yeah, gender. The regime recruited girls in high numbers. Some estimates suggest at rates higher than modern global averages of 40%. Girls were often used for reconnaissance because they were less likely to arouse suspicion. Yeah. But yeah, also because they're ruthless. Yeah, they are. Yeah. And Tara Bennett, who created women, she's like, yeah, they are ruthless. Yeah, possibly more so than men, because they've got that thing. I lack power, and so if you put it makes them go fucking nuts. So it's like an insecure person. If you get an insecure person and they're pretty powerless in their regular lives, and then you put a fucking assault rifle in their hands, they'll go fucking bananas. It's the David Brent thing. You put a person who has a very low opinion of themselves in a position of authority, they'll go fucking bananas. And that's what was happening in Melbourne. The women there were they're like, well, we've been pushed around. Women have had it I don't get respected because of my gender. And as a result, now that I've got some authority, I'm going to fucking murder the shit out of a bunch of people. So that was Ben Ryan's wife. Let's see if I can find Ben Ryan himself. Yeah. Amanda. Yeah, and that's right. Yeah, she's connected to Allegra Spender. So that's So Allegra Spender was effectively because Allegra Spender was one of these fucking cunts, right? Yeah, one of these psychotic gen warriors. Yeah. Now I'm sure. All right. Yeah, Tara Bennett starts like, nah, maybe you should. Yeah, no, Mr. Tapscott is not. He's not necessarily men's. He doesn't hate women. He's not a men's rights activist. Is he, Tara? No, he's not. But he just hates fucksticks. And yes, women are equally capable of being fucksticks. And so today we've got we've gone hard. Yeah. Because they're capable, just like we read in that, just like that video, they're capable of doing hectic shit. Women are capable of being extremely ruthless. in the right circumstances, just like anyone. Yeah, just like anyone. Yeah. So no, I don't hate women. I'm not a men's rights activist. I just hate fucksticks, and I don't think that anyone should get off the hook if they're a psychopathic murderer, just because they've got a vagina. That's what I think. That's what I think. Yeah. Yeah. Don't forget, all the turbo babes are women, and Mr. Tapscott is a dude. Yeah. Now, so Allegra Spender was, yeah, in the seat of Wentworth. Yeah, Dave Sharma. Okay, yeah, so Allegra Spender was Teal Independent. The Teal Independents, and she's from the seat of Wentworth, and she was one of fucking Daisy Turnbull's best mates. And so effectively, she was a surrogate for Malcolm Turnbull. That was Malcolm Turnbull's girl. So Malcolm Turnbull quit the game when he lost the prime ministership, and he got booted from the leadership of the Liberal Party. He quit. And then he tried to, once Allegra Spender got in. So Dave Sharma was in, and yeah, they kind of liked him, but they kind of didn't because he was Jewish. And then once Allegra Spender was in, he was like, oh, Allegra, yes, you will put this legislation forward in Parliament. This is my will. This is my wishes. Yeah, that was Malcolm Turnbull. He was still trying to exert influence that way, and he was being quite successful. But also mixed in there was the fuckstick thinking of Melbourne feminazis. Yeah, that was Allegra Spender. All the Teal Independents were like that. They were all fucking cooked. Yeah, they were all cooked. Yeah. No, that's good.
Every star shivers in the dark. I've been shooting with a heavy, heavy heart. Talking to losers at the stadium, telling them it's alright, let's have some fun. Why can't I have some fun? Why can't I have some fun? Shaping the clay in the dark pre-dawn. God made man to love someone. Why can't I love someone? Why can't I love someone? I'd like to love someone. Making my way through the grocery, talking to the man at the cash machine. I work in service too.
I think he might have inserted a little dark. Can you kill him?
For you, I work in service too. Alameda Street side prison.
Ben locked his profile. Okay. Right. They're all on there. They're all real people. What? Yeah, they're all on there. They're all real people. They're all 5'6" and they're all dead. Yeah. Now. So. The timeline of events was I moved in with Ashley. I moved to Melbourne. I was hanging out with Ashley. Me and Ashley were kind of mates. He was cool. And then he was doing his engineering stuff on the south side of Melbourne. And I wanted to be doing cool rock and roll stuff on the north side of Melbourne. And so I sort of like branched out. And he took that very personally for some reason. And he always had like a real jealous streak. And so I was like, I got to keep an eye on that. I got to keep an eye on that. Yeah. And so I was heading in one direction. I was trying to be like a creative guy. And he was heading in the other direction, which is 6-figure engineer. Yeah, and he was like at 26, he was earning like 120 grand a year. Yeah, so he's doing quite well. Or 130. Yeah, he's doing quite well for himself. Yeah. But that made him sort of despise me a little bit. He despised Mr. Tapscott because Mr. Tapscott was an underpaid piece of shit barista on $13 an hour. Yeah. And that was gay. And that's what I mean. And he's like, well, why don't you want to hang out with us? It's like, because you despise me. Like, every time I turn up, you talk down to me and make me feel shit about how broke I am. And that's not a fun time, and fuck that. Yeah, and he had a mate called Roscoe, and Roscoe was one. I've spoken about him on another episode. He was always in my face. It's like, oh, I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. You're a cunt. You're a cunt. I fucking hate you. You're a cunt. I hate you. And then I went like, I'm not going to take shit from you forever. Eventually, we'll push you back. Like, for example, you've got a small dick. And he's like, and then that was it. And he left. He moved away. And in his place, into the house came Ben Ryan. And Ben Ryan, I'm like, he's a bit of a goob. He's one of Bracken's goob friends. Goob is someone who's there's no... I've spoken at length about space magic and stuff. It's like, there's no spark here. Yeah. There's nothing interesting about this cunt. He's just like, he works in an office. He's Gareth Kennan from The Office. That's what he is. He's Gareth from The Office. The UK office. Or Dwight. He's like Dwight from the US office, where it's just like, this guy, like, there's nothing appealing about it. Like, he doesn't dress that well. He doesn't have any interests. He doesn't have any hobbies. He drinks. And his only real, and like, yeah, exactly like Dwight. Yeah. So he's like, yeah, I'm into music. Because, in the US office, he's like, well, hang on, maybe
Hello. I don't believe we've been introduced. Dwight Schrute, Assistant Regional Manager.
Why is it so
Andy Bernard, Regional Director in charge of sales. So you'll be reporting to me then? On the contrary. My title has manager in it, and I'm a director, which on a film set is the highest title there is. Do you know anything about film? I know everything about film. I've seen over 240 of them. Congratulations.
Yeah. So that's exactly what he was like. All right, let's play that again just in case the sound didn't work.
I don't believe we've been introduced. Dwight Schrute, Assistant Regional Manager. Andy Bernard, Regional Director in charge of sales. So you'll be reporting to me then? On the contrary. My title has manager in it, and I'm a director, which on a film set is the highest title there is. Do you know anything about film? I know everything about film. I've seen over 240 of them. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's what he's like. That's exactly what he's like. So he's like, oh yeah, because and I'm kind of like, oh, I'm sort of trying to be in a band. The band's shit. And he's like, oh, look at all my CDs. I'm like, is that how you? It doesn't demonstrate an understanding of. That doesn't demonstrate an understanding. Like it just says that you know how to fucking you know how to count. That's it. Like yeah. So I quantify how much I know about music by how many CDs on it. So, that's a whole different thing. Yeah, it's a whole different thing. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how many like yeah, Jimi Hendrix. He's like, how many? Jimi Hendrix wouldn't brag about how many records he owns. He's like, no. He's just like, yeah, whoa. Sorry, what? I don't know, dude. I'm too busy playing my fucking guitar. That's Jimi Hendrix. And they're all kind of like that. Yeah, if you said that to the Rolling Stones, it's like, oh, Mick Jagger, how many CDs do you own? He's like, well, I don't even know. I'm too busy routing this model. That's what they're like. But Ben Ryan is like, oh, competition. It's got to be a competition. It's got to be whatever it is. It's one up. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, this guy's a fuckstick. Yeah, and straight away. And that's what Bracken was like as well. And so I'm in this pressure cooker of a house, and that's Bracken. You can't talk to this guy. You can't talk to him. Like, yeah, this is one thing. Like, one time I went like, I'm hungry. What can I eat? What have I got? I've got pasta. I've got spaghetti. And I've got cheese. And I've got oil. And so I cooked the pasta and then fried it in a frying pan and put the cheese on it and fried the cheese on the spaghetti in the oil and then ate it. It's like, it doesn't taste too bad. And I called it bachelor pasta because this is like bulk basic. It's just, when you're broken shit, yeah, it's bachelor pasta. And I was like, look, I cooked this. And he's like, what? And it's stuck in his brain. I can cook stuff. And then he's like, I'll make French toast. I'll make macaroni cheese. I'll make all this shit. And he's like, yeah, it's clear. It's just because I've done one thing. And he's like, I better one up him. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who cares? Yeah, so he's like that. And then he's like, yeah, well, I've got a girlfriend. I'm cool. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And then baked it. She was a whole different thing. But she was like, yeah, you have to bang my friend. No, I'm like, no, I don't. And her friend failed the no test, and she failed the no test as well. Yeah, so I was like, no fucking way. And then Benny heard about that, and he's like, oh, fucking yeah, girls, yeah. And he starts being a fuckstick. And so he's like, yeah. So he hears that Ashley's girlfriend's friend might be interested in me. And so, like, I was like, I'm just talking to her. Like, I'm just like, oh, hey, what have you been up to? And he's like, hey, baby, yeah. And, like, I'm trying to talk, and he's just talking over me. I was like, you're being a fuckstick. You're being a fuckstick. And I was just kind of like, I was just sort of tolerating him up until that point. And then that was the point where I'm like, you're a fucking cockhead. So I left the pub, and I went home, and I put music on. I was listening to metal. And then all of a sudden, the door flies open the front. It was, Nick Tapscott, heavy metal. I say to my head, man, I like metal. Metal, man. Oh, metal. I like metal. It was like, oh, yeah, you're really fucking pushing it, dude. So I didn't speak to him for about 3 days. And he's like, oh, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I'm just like, look, here it is. I don't have time to compete with you. We're not equal. We're not the same guy. You need to fucking get over it. All right. I'm in bands. You're not in bands. I've done award school and shit. Like these are the things that I do. If you're gonna, if you're gonna nearly start crying, if you're gonna act like that, if you're gonna throw a tantrum and act like a fuckstick every time I stand next to a girl, I can't be friends with you because that's what Bracken does. And I go to this massive spiel. Yeah, that's what Bracken does. And the only reason I put up with it from him is because I've known him for like 15 years. But I don't know you at all. You're just some fuckhead. So, yeah, stop competing with me. Just don't do it. Just don't this one-upmanship. Just don't do it because we're not the same guy. It's like saying like, I've got more shoes than you. Like, it's never going to get anywhere. All it does is piss me off, and it doesn't achieve anything. Because even if you win that competition, like, you don't get anything. You're not gonna achieve anything. You're not gonna attain anything. Yeah, you're not gonna. It's not like someone's gonna hand you a trophy. It's like, congratulations, Ben Ryan. You're officially better than Nick Tapscott. He's a trophy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not vying for the same job as you. So, if you're gonna act like a fuckstick, if you're gonna like compete with me like this, I'll just cut you out. I won't talk to you. I'll just like leave you there and walk away, and that'll be it. So go fuck yourself. All right. Yeah, and he's like, oh, and then straight away, exactly like the Stasi agent that he is. He spins it. He's like, Nick said women like me and they don't like him. And he told all his friendship group. And then it became a point of pride. It's like, oh, yeah. How come you don't get laid? Because every time I nearly talk to a girl, you start crying and everyone, you're not worth it. Also, all your friends are fucking dumb bitches. That's why. That's why. And they're only getting murdered and they're not worth it. Yeah, they won't be worth it. Yeah. Like maybe it'll be a half decent route. But yeah, it turned into a whole thing. Yeah, and it's like, this fucking guy. Yeah, but then they started trying to talk to me by proxy, and they wouldn't leave me the fuck alone. Yeah, they're like, why don't you hang out with us? And then eventually, after 4 years or 5 years, I'm just like, no, I can't deal with these fucksticks. Yeah, because he turned up to my 30th birthday, and he started being a cockhead at the birthday, and then Libby Rule was there. She spoke to me for 2 seconds ago. This is my friend. I'm like, oh hey, and then did something and put my headphones on. I fucking hate you. And they're screaming at me. And then Ben's like, yeah. So, I changed my phone numbers. Well, I changed my phone number 3 times. I've changed my number 4 times in 2 years. So, I'm going to go get a beer. Well, I had 8 beers. So, I don't even know what. Yeah. What? 8 beer. You're going to get 8 beer, are you? Who is this fuckstick? Why do I need to give a shit? Why do I need to give a shit about you? And so I just went like, I did the Joker basically. Just got drunk. I was like, you're a cunt, you're a cunt, you're a cunt, fuck you all. And then about a week later, I pulled Ashley Bracken aside and I was like, all right, here's the deal. I can't deal with Benny and Stackers because they're really annoying. I don't know. Like, I think they're trying to piss me off on purpose. I don't know who they're connected to, but I think they're connected to someone who I can be fucked with. And so I'm done. That's it. I'm done. Yeah. He's like, oh, and he didn't really take me seriously. It was like, nah, I'm done. I'm done with him. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because and he had all this misinformation. He's like, yeah. It's like someone who told you I didn't. Yeah. He's like, well, you didn't even win that action against Rosamund. It's like, yeah, but who told you that? Because it's either Benny or someone connected to Benny. Either way, I don't give a shit because he's talking shit about me, and I can't have that. I can't have him. He's spreading anti-Nick propaganda, and I couldn't be fucked. I couldn't be bothered. And so the only way I know how to stop him from doing that is to just throttle his access to the information. And the only way to know how to do that is to just like cut him off. That's it. Yeah, he's done. Yeah, we're done. And then he was like, oh yeah, because Ashley Bracken, because he's a fuckstick as well. He thought it was an emotional decision, when really it would have been this tension had been building for years. And that was like, well, I told him what would happen, and this is what's happening. So no, I'm not hanging out. That's it. Yeah, and I built my little fortress of solitude in Fitzroy. So I had the Black Cat locked off. That crew was sealed shut. That was sealed tight. That was my crew. I had my house. That was sealed tight. And then I had my job, and that was sealed tight as well. So I could do this now. I could just go, all right, I'm just going to unplug you because you're a fuckstick. Yeah, you're a fuckstick. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I did. And I didn't say it to him either. I just said it to him. I was like, yeah, here's what's happening. I'm not talking to that guy anymore. Yeah. So just gonna unplug that fucker. Yeah, that fucker. Yeah. And then he thought it was like this. Again, he kind of thought it was like an epic duel. It's like, well, it's an emotional thing. Yeah. I hurt his feelings, and now, like, it's like, no, you're kind of annoying, and I'm just throwing you away. That's it. Like, these thongs squeak too much, so I'm going to throw them in the trash. That's what you are, Ben, right? That's what you are to me. You are a pair of squeaky thongs that I'm going to throw in the trash, and then I'm going to get another pair for $5. You're not worth $5. Fuck you. Yeah, that was my thinking. Yeah. But Melbourne, because it was a hotbed of politics, and it was like I was kind of already on a roll, and so it's actually the scene from Star Wars. This how it fits into Star Wars. It's like Luke fighting the snow bear in the cave. Because one thing I was right about, my instinct was right. Because Ben Ryan wasn't just being a fuckstick to me, because he is a fuckstick. Although it was a role he was born to play. He was being a fuckstick to me because he'd actually been sent, specifically, by none other than the Vatican. Because Ben Ryan was connected to the IRA. Yeah, Ben Ryan was a legitimate Irish Catholic Nazi. Connected to the IRA. And through those Irish Catholic connections, he had a connection to the Catholic Church, specifically the Vatican. Because this fucks did. Because Ben Ryan was actually from New Zealand. This fucks thing specifically. Yeah. This guy. Yeah. Archdiocese of Wellington. This cunt knows Ben Ryan. He knows Ben Ryan's dad. Yeah. Yeah, and they are all connected to this fuckstick. Yeah, Republican. Yeah. As a congressman, Haskell served as a chairman of the Committee on Indian Affairs from 1881 to 1883. In that capacity, he helped gain congressional authorization for construction of 3 off-reservation Indian boarding schools and the location of one in Lawrence, Kansas. It opened in 1884 and was named for him in 1887. It has since been developed as Haskell Indian Nations University, with its most famous alumnus being Jim Thorpe. He was an Irish Catholic Nazi. And basically what he was setting up. Yeah. Yeah. It started, yeah. Schools, yeah. So just like, yeah. Yeah, it was a death camp. Yeah, and child sex slavery rings. Yeah. Anyway. So that was in Kansas. But this cunt is connected to them through Wellington. Bishop of the military, yeah. Latin Church military ordinary, yeah, of the Catholic Church. Yeah. This cunt as well. So these fucksticks, those Kiwi Catholic fucksticks, had heard about Mr. Tapscott and Ashley Bracken. They heard about both of us. They heard about Mr. Tapscott and Ashley Bracken. They heard about both of us. The two dudes from Victor Harbour. They heard about us in 1999 because they heard about the Schoolies party. They did a bit of research and they found out that Ashley Bracken was a local guy who went to Victor Harbour High School. And he was a good boy who pretty much did what he was told. And he went to uni and become an engineer and had an office haircut and an office job. However, Mr. Tapscott was a rebellious rapscallion who went to uni but studied part-time to do creative writing, a creative thing. Basically a Jew. That was Mr. Tapscott. Yeah. And then they found out what school I went to. They found out that I went to Pembroke. And so they made a couple of calls. And those calls connected them to this fuckstick. AM, yeah. Yeah, so he got his AM. Yeah. So Malcolm Lamb is Malcolm Lamb AM, which means he's a member of the Order of Australia, a prestigious honour awarded to recognise outstanding achievement and service. It is part of the Australian honours system, specifically the third highest level service in particular field, locality or group. So those dog shit fucksticks, those dog shit Kiwi Catholic fucksticks heard about through their military, through the Kiwi military, the Kiwi SAS, keeping an eye on what was happening in Australia. They heard about the party of the decade. They connected it to Nick Tapscott and Ashley Bracken, a couple of prominent standing outy bright young things from Victor Harbour, South Australia. They connected Nick Tapscott to Pembroke School. They connected Pembroke School to Malcolm Lamb. They got in touch with Malcolm Lamb because Malcolm Lamb is part of their dog shit. Like, as we've established, he's connected to Malcolm Turnbull. Malcolm Lamb, I think, was ASIO or ASIS, and he'd been suppressing Nick Tapscott on behalf of Malcolm Turnbull and dodgy doctors in Victor Harbour since 2015. Yeah. That was him. Because Mr. Tapscott was a sergeant at best and not baptised. And so they took it upon themselves. Like, yeah, this guy. Yeah, we need to suppress the shit out of this guy. So who did they send in? Who did they have in their pocket? None other than Ben Ryan, the biggest fucksticker of them all. Yeah. Because that was Ben. He was an Irish Catholic Nazi through and through. To me, he was the personification of Nazi. Yeah, where he's just like, he'll tear things down. If you're close to him, he'll tear you down for no reason. He'll cockblock you. He'll steal your shit. If any opportunity you have, like if you mention, like, I think that girl's cute, he'll try and fuck her, for sure. Yeah. And for no reason. Like, even if he doesn't like her, he'll do it just to torpedo you. Yeah. That's it. And that's what I said. Like, when I said it was like, listen, fuckstick. I've known people like you before. If that's what you're going to do, if all you're going to do is pull me down, I can't be friends with you. Yeah, if you're going to be a rival and you're going to like try and interfere with my shit, if you're going to go around talking shit about me, if I talk to a girl and then you're going to try and cockblock me, I'm not interested in being friends with you. And he's like, but that's just what people do. That's just what people do. You compete. Yeah. Yeah. But that's what work is. You compete. And what he means by that is like, no, you try and snake everyone. In the workplace, your job is to snake the shit out of everyone around you, not make the workplace better, not achieve the combined goal. So if you work in like a fucking gold mine, your goal isn't to pull the gold out of the ground. Your goal is to make sure that everyone around you gets suppressed and gets fired. Yeah, to run the gold mine into the ground. And I'm like, no. I'm not going to keep you around if that's your mentality. If you're going to cop like me, if you're going to talk, spread rumors and gossip and do all that shit, and do creepy things as well. So one time I brought a girl home and I banged her, and then I opened the door and he's sitting on the floor outside of my bedroom door, listening to me have sex with this girl. Yeah, he's like, oh yeah. I'm like, that's so creepy, dude. Yeah, you're a creepy fox too. Yeah, but that's what he's like. Yeah. And anything you say to him, he'd take your words and misquote you, spread rumors about you, gossip about you constantly. You'd say one thing to him, and then 3 weeks later, you'd hear it from someone else. Like, oh, I heard you do this. It's like, damn it, my banana's gone off. Whatever. And then 4 weeks later, it's like, oh, I heard you're eating rotten bananas now, banana man. I heard you're a rotten banana man. I'm like, you're a fucking cockhead. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. Now, Bracken bought it hook, line, and sinker because Bracken had that same Nazi tendency where he turned into the black hole, right? Because he was deeply unhappy inside. He had this deep emptiness. And instead of trying to fix the emptiness by doing things, look, bro, if you're that upset about music, go and buy a fucking guitar and play it. But he would never stick to anything. He never pushed through. He just kind of sort of fiddled around with it and then just gave up. And as a result, he's deeply unhappy. Yeah. And so, and then he did the thing where it's he inverted and started well, if I can't be good at stuff, if I can't pull myself up, I'll start pulling other people around. I'll start dragging them down. And so when he met Benny had that same mentality. He's like, well, Bracken, if you stick with me, preventing someone else from achieving something is the same as achieving something yourself. It's like, yeah, cool. And then they suck them. Yeah. They started working on each other, basically. Yeah. They started repressing each other. And then they were in their echo chamber and I just left them there. But yeah. So those fucksticks sent in Ben Ryan specifically with a brief. So they had, they made a couple of calls. Malcolm Lamb said, oh, Nick Tapscott, he is a fuckhead. Perhaps we've got a connection. Maybe we could do a thing. And they didn't keep Malcolm Turnbull in the loop. This is just them doing it on their own. This is their own thing. Yeah. But the revelation here is that the Vatican themselves were across it. Yeah. The Vatican. Because the more they learned about me, the more they fucking hated me. Yeah, and it was I was on several lists. So I was on a list for going to Pembroke. I was on a list for throwing a party. I was on a list for being in the sick band. Rumors had started going around that I was the son of man. They're like, well, we can, if we can't, we'll put Ben Ryan in. And that's why he was always that's why he always had to one up me. Why are you so desperate to pretend that you're me? I don't go to McDonald's and say oh, hey, James Smithson. I'm the real James Smithson. Check out the fucking drive-through dude from McDonald's. I don't do that. Why do you need to pretend you're Nick Tapscott? So I'm the creative writer. I studied communications, but you didn't. You didn't study communication. You studied arts. You studied arts with a major in philosophy and psychology. That's not communication. It's but it is. But why? Why do you care? Why? What's wrong with arts? Why is it so? Why? I know about restaurants. I know about hospitality. I'm a loser. How do you not get it? Being a barista makes me a loser. I'm a loser. Why are you trying to pretend you're a fucking loser? I don't understand you. So I know about barista stuff. Why would you pretend to do that? Why would you want to pretend to be a fucking barista? Baristas are the gayest. It's so gay. Baristas are shit. I'm a failure. I'm supposed to be a professional creative writer. Why would you want to pretend to be a fucking failure? Are you retarded? That's him. But that was, I have to, whatever you're doing on times 10. Because what they were doing is they were propping him up. Well, maybe Nick Tapscott, maybe he's son of man. And instead, we'll put in our proxy to drag him down and pretend Ben, your job is to stop Nick Tapscott from achieving anything and suppress him. If he starts getting reputational advantage, your job is to pull him down. And two, and B, pretend that you are him so that you are instead, by comparison, the Son of Man, the real Son of Man. And that had Vatican approval. That was a plan signed off by the Vatican. Yeah. That was a plan signed off on by none other. This cunt. Pope John Paul II. Ben Ryan, the fuckstick from Melbourne, was a spy for Pope John Paul II. So living in that house, I had to fucking tangle with a spy for Queen Elizabeth II. What is it with the seconds? It's always the second one. It's the shit one. Fuck. It's the sequel. It's the second act. It's like, it's the shit one. Yeah. Yeah. And then straight after I vanquish that fucking spastic, I have to tangle with the spy for fucking Pope John Paul II. Yeah. And then he dies, obviously, but that's not controversial because he was pretty fucking old, wasn't he? Yeah. Yeah, 2005 he died. Yeah, but that was one of the last things he signed off on. 2005 he dies. 2000, yeah, that's when he signed it. It was one of the last things he did. Wink. Thank you, Jeremy. Yeah. Was to sign off on the plans, like Operation Suppress Nick Tapscott. Ben Ryan, get in there. We think you're the fuckstick. You're the fuckstick Nick Tapscott needs. Yeah. Yeah, and that's why they were constantly propping him up. And that's why he got jobs in like the Premier's office and shit like that. But really, he's the biggest cockhead in the world. Yeah, because and I've explained that about him as well. Whereas like he knows how to. The only thing he can actually do is nothing. He's perfect wallpaper for an office because he doesn't have any ideas. He's not a threat to anyone. He knows how to kiss up the ass of the guy underneath him or the guy above him so that he doesn't feel threatened. But at the same time, suppress the people beneath him. That's all he can do. He's got no other skills. He's got no talent. Yeah. And he knew it. Yeah. 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 And that's why he was always, and the other thing, he had this fixation on popularity. He's like, well, 30 people turned up to my birthday. It's like, yeah, but 29 of them were the worst people in the world. 29 of them are Nazis. Like, 29 of them are psychopathic murderers. Like, yeah. Ben Ryan murdered, in the end, like 32 people, and I'm not surprised. And also, he was involved in pedo shit as well through the Catholic Church. Yeah, he was a pedo. Andrew Stacey and Ben Ryan were both pedos because they were both Irish Catholic Nazi pedos, basically. Yeah. Amandine Dennis Ryan, she was across that. So was Allegra Spender. Yeah. So anyway, that's a big revelation. The Vatican have had a boner, just like fucking everyone else. The Presbyterians had a boner for Nick Tapscott. The Catholics have had a boner for Nick Tapscott. Who's next? The Buddhists? Probably. Yeah. All right, I'm going to leave it there. You'll be watching No Pictures of a Birdo podcast by Mr. Tapscott. I'm Mr. Tapscott.